The smell of blood and festering limbs permeated the concrete walls of the Raccoon City Police Station. Once an art museum, the building was converted into a precinct at the heart of the city. But when evil took residence, the station showed one last terrifying exhibition. Corpses crowding narrow corridors, blood smeared on shattered windows, and festering flesh dripping down the stairs. That's right, for this episode of Surviving the Fog, we are looking into the long-awaited and well-received map of Raccoon City Police Department. This has been a personal favorite of mine, and I'm super excited that it's in the realm of the fog and Dead by Daylight. Now, before we get into it, I just want to let you guys know that we do stream throughout the week on twitch.tv/Parkless. Come on by and ask any questions, hang out, and just have a great time. We're always excited for new people and very friendly and happy to help any way we can. For those of you that are new to this and not quite sure what these totem spawn videos are about, every single map has a large pool of possible totem spawns that it can pull from. When a trial starts, the game will randomly select 5 of these total totem spawns and place them throughout the map. What we aim to do here is show you every single possible totem spawn to expect on the map, so if you happen to have a hex totem perk that's causing you some issues, you'll be better equipped at finding them rather than just running around aimlessly like your friend. So what we're going to do is we're going to break this down into 3 separate sections to make it a little easier for you to navigate. There's going to be all the totems on the lower floor on the left and right side. There's going to be all the totems on the upper floor on the left and right side. And then we've left the main section, the main lobby section, as the third and final one, since there are several totems there. So without further ado, let's get into this episode of Surviving the Fog, Totem Spawns of the Raccoon City Police Department. All right, the first totem we're going to look at on the lower floor, we're going to start on the left side of the map and then work our way around. This is going to be what's known as the West Office, most noticeable by the Welcome Leon sign that is posted above the desks. Now, the totem in here is going to be in the back left in the other office, the administrative office, underneath the desk, and this one spawns more often than not, so keep an eye out for it. All right, just below the West Office is going to be the lower level reception area. This totem's pretty easy to spot if you're just randomly passing through. It's back here in the corner right next to the doorway to go to the office. Pretty hard to miss, but I figure, I'd show it to you anyway since we're here. So you shouldn't miss it even if it's not lit. As we continue down the hall on the west side of the building on the lower floor, we come into the records room. This one's most noticeable by obviously the videos and the binders of paper. The totem is going to be on the north side of the room, right next to the door, tucked between one of the shelves and the wall there. Continuing down the west wall up north from the records room, we come to the operations room. If you played the game, this is where you crawl through the window to escape. Good old lovely Mr. X, I believe. So this totem is going to be towards the west side of the room as you come in, next to the vending machines tucked behind the table that is in the L shape. And it's actually a little tucked away, so keep an eye out for it. Continuing along the north side of the lower level, we move east now to the safety deposit room. This is where your lockers are going to be, and if you play the game, this is where a lot of secrets are, as well as Jill's grenade launcher. This totem isn't too hard to spot if you're looking. It is a little tucked away in the back cubby portion. It is in one of the corners, but it's kind of out there in the open, so relatively not too hard to miss. Continuing east down the hallways, we get to the dark room. This is a pretty simple room. It's 2 rooms, 1 larger room, 1 smaller room. The dark room is where the totem itself lies. This will be right off the doorway that leads to the hallway that leads to the outer backside and the back staircase. Coming out of the dark room, we go to the back hallway that isn't actually really there in the game, but is here in the map. To get you to the backside, there is a staircase that goes to the 2nd floor. The staircase on the middle landing is going to have your totem here. So make sure you check out the back of the map if you're looking for totems, because this guy can be hiding there. So easy one to pass by if you're not really thinking about it, or just keeping to the main lobby area. Continuing east on the lower floor, we move to the east side on the north part of this floor to the interrogation room. This is actually split up into two rooms, separated by a one-way mirror, connected by a window vault and two doors. This totem is going to be on the open side, the side that doesn't have the table and stuff. It's going to be tucked away in the corner. It might be a little hard to see. Continuing along the northern hall on the east side of the lower floor, we get to the press room. This is a rather large rectangular room. Very obvious because it has the main desk with the microphones and the camera. There's going to be two totem spawns in here. The first one we're going to look at is going to be the more hidden one. This one's actually tucked away underneath the desk itself. So go up on stage, look under the desk, and you just might find a totem there. Coming back through the press room is going to be our second totem spawn. This one's a little easier to spot. It is still on the stage in the back of the room there. It's just going to be on the back right corner of the stage as you're looking at the desk itself. It's going to be right next to that door. This one's a lot easier to spot than under the desk because it's kind of right there in the open. Coming out of the press room, we go to the hallways, and at the eastern wall of this lower floor, we have the bathroom. It's a cross-through bathroom that goes to one of the other rooms. But in this bathroom, in one of the stalls, you're going to find a totem. Now, this can be in one of the two middle stalls, I've noticed. And further south down the hall, we come to what is known as the Watchman's room. This is more like a reception, but kind of like a half reception. At the end of the hall, you're going to notice that at the back of this room, there's going to be a computer terminal with a desk. Underneath that desk, tucked away, is going to be the totem. Depending on the side you're coming from, it can be a little easy to miss. So just keep an eye out. As we make our way toward the center on the east side here, we come to the eastern office. Now, the eastern office is very similar to the western office. It's much more open. It has the main office for the administrator, but it's more open and spacious. Now, this first totem we're going to look at here is actually going to be up against the eastern wall. Right next to the door, there's going to be two couches and a table. Tucked between the couch and table, that's going to be your first totem. All right, now the next totem here on the east office, this one is a little harder to spot. Depends on how you're going through the room. It's tucked away on the northern wall here. It's going to be right next to one of the desks there, between the desk and one of the cabinets. Again, it depends on how you're going through the room. If you're just cutting through the front, you probably won't see it, or if you're just going from the back to the south wall, it can be a little easy to miss, but it's still kind of out there, so shouldn't be too hard to spot for most people. All right, now the third and final totem here in the eastern office is very similar to the west office. Just like in the west office has the administrative room, in this administrative room is where your totem's going to be. Just like in the other side, it's going to be under the desk. Something I noticed in all three offices, there's a high possibility that that at least two totems are going to be in one of the three office rooms. So this is worth a check if you haven't found it yet. As we come out of the eastern office, we come into the eastern main hallway. Now, this main hallway takes up much of the early part of the east side of the lower level, and it connects many of the rooms together. So you're going to be going through this hallway quite often. Now, at the northern part of the hallway, towards the middle of the building, which is towards the main lobby atrium area, that's actually where you're going to find your totem. Here, I'm just giving you an example of just how much this hallway connects much of the right side of the map. But right up against where this broken wall is, in this little L corner, just before the doorway to go to the interrogation room, you're going to find this totem, and it can be next to a hook, or it could just be by itself. As we move upstairs, we're going to stay on the east side, the right side of the map as you're coming up, and we're going to come to the lower section. Just above the office is going to be the waiting room, and this waiting room is going to have the totem right behind the reception desk. Continuing right across the hall from the waiting room, we move into the art room. Now, the art room is a pretty small rectangular room on the east side of the upper floor. Pretty straightforward. You are going to probably find a totem here. It's going to be tucked away right next to the statue on one of the walls there. Continuing down the hall and outside from the art room, we come to one of the more iconic set pieces here. This is going to be the rooftop on the upper floor. This is where the helicopter crashed. This is where we first meet Mr. X for real as he pushes the helicopter away. There are going to be two totems up here. The first one is going to be up here next to one of the air conditioning units. This one can spawn even if you spawn on the roof. Now, the second totem up here on the roof is a lot easier to spot, again, depending on which way you're coming from. Also, because you spawn behind the AC unit, this can also spawn if you happen to spawn on the roof here. So if you go towards the edge of the roof by where the helicopter has crashed, in that little corner of the wall, the broken part of the wall, there's going to be the totem there, kind of tucked into a little portion of the wall. Coming back toward the center and moving our way over toward the left side, not quite there yet, we come to the chief's office, and this totem is pretty easy to spot because you have to basically run right into it if you're coming from the main section, the lobby area, to get into this room on the upper floor. It's right underneath the desk. If you're coming from the roof, it might be hard to spot, but just take a quick peek around the desk. Now, finishing up with the east side, we're going to move all the way to the opposite side, to the west, on the far southwest side, and we're coming into the linen room. This is obvious by the towels, the washers. There's going to be a totem in here tucked up against the washing machine between that and the wall right at the door. So take a quick look. Might be easy to miss. Moving north from the linen, we come to the star's office. Now, this office is very special. It is upstairs. It is right across from a staircase that leads from the lower floor. And this totem, I noticed, is basically always there. So if you need to just check a totem off your list, come straight to the star's office, and right behind the chief's desk here, you're going to find a totem that is pretty much always going to be here. All right, now the last set of totems we're going to look at is the upstairs Western Library. This is actually a double-story, a two-floored room by itself. There's going to be three totems in here. One of them, the first one that we're going to look at, is going to be on the lower level, which is still on the second level, but as there's stairs in here, we're going to take a look at that in just a second. This totem is going to be on the western side, so as you go in from the main area, go straight into the right, and tucked behind in a little alcove, you're going to find the totem down here. Continuing in the upstairs library, we're going to go upstairs and take a look at the two totems that are up here. Now, this is a big section on its own. It has plenty of drop downs, plenty of windows, and a whole bunch of other stuff to take a look at. So the first totem is actually going to be, once you go up the stairs, go straight up to the very top, and then just go straight back all the way to the back wall where the painting is. Now, to the right of that is going to be a little tucked away portion in the wall where one of the bookshelves have been removed, and there's a doorway there, and tucked between the bookshelf and right in front of the blocked off door, that's going to be your totem up here. All right, now the third and final totem that's going to be here in the library is also going to be upstairs. So that's one downstairs, two upstairs. The first one, the upstairs, was on the right here. The second one, again, go all the way up the stairs. Instead of going all the way to the back wall, take the first left, this little cutaway walkway here, and go another left to the opposite side of the stairs. And in this corner here is you're going to find your totem tucked away. You can actually see it from the stairs, so take a look first. All right, the first totem we're going to look at in the main area is actually going to be at the main lobby exit gate. So just like Leary's, there is a totem spawn at the exit gate. If you're coming outside from the inside lobby, it's going to be on your right, just outside the door, or if you're already at the exit gate, it's going to be on the left, right in front of the door. Pretty hard to miss. Now, moving in from the exit gates, continuing on the lower level of the main lobby area, we're going to go to the next totem here. Now, the main lobby is full of several totems, both up and downstairs. We're going to take a look at these on the downstairs. The first one is as you enter in the main lobby from the exit gate, take a left, and there's going to be like some shelving units, a stretcher, that kind of stuff. And right next to one of the shelving units is going to be your totem sitting there. This can be an easy one to miss if you're not looking for it. So take a quick glance next time you're in the lobby and you might just find it. Now, the second totem in our set on the lower lobby is going to be, again, kind of tucked away. If you know it's there, you know, once you see it the first time, you're going to always check there because it's another easy one that you can miss. Going to be on the lower floor main lobby, right in front of the right behind the reception desk, I should say. Tucked away on the left side is going to be your totem here. Now, there can be a lot of stuff behind this desk, so it might be a little hard to keep an eye out for, but you'll see it. Just look on the left side of the desk, and sure enough, it'll be back there. Moving on to the third totem, we are sticking with the lower level of this main lobby area in the Raccoon Police Department. This one is more on the upper floor. Well, not the second floor, but this upper terrace right in front of the statue. So not down by the main desk, but you go up these little ramps, and it's going to be, you're going to notice that there can be a generator up there, but closer to the balcony side, you're going to see these wall partitions, and tucked away on the left side behind the wall partitions right up against the column is going to be your totem. Now, the fourth and final totem here in the main lobby section for the first floor. We still got some upstairs, so don't go anywhere just yet. This is going to be the first totem in this map that I consider kind of a bullshit totem. If you've seen any of the other videos, there's a couple bullshit totems where if you don't know it's there, you're probably never going to find it unless you find it by just dumb luck. So if you go up the right side from the main lobby, tucked underneath the stairs to the second story, right behind where a generator can spawn are some boxes, and up against the statue in the boxes is going to be the bullshit totem. All right, finishing the first floor, we are going up to the second floor of the main lobby area. The second floor, you'll notice, has two flanking balconies. Once you get up the staircases immediately on their flanking sides, it goes all the way down to the end of the map, or basically the end of the wall, from north to south on both sides. In the middle of the lobby area, up on this upper floor, there's going to be a second statue behind the main prominent statue that you saw on the first floor here. Now, there can be generators up here, there can be chests up here, there can be hooks up here. This is a wide open space. Both of these balconies have not only drop-offs, but they also have window vaults. So if you need a way to run away, check these if you're being chased. On both balconies have entryways to the east and west side respectively for the second level in case you need a quick way up or a quick way down. This is a good place to center yourself and know as a major checkpoint to try and figure out how to get to the next part of any level. This totem is actually going to be up here in the main landing next to the statue. Tucked away to the right of the statue, you'll find your totem. All right, everybody, before we get here and show you the final totem for Raccoon City Police Department, I just want to thank everybody who stuck it out this far. You guys are awesome as always. You guys know how YouTube works. If you want to give a like, it really helps. If you want to know when more of these comes out, make sure you hit that sub button, get the alerts going. If I missed anything or if you have any questions, put some comments down below, and I try and answer all of them as best that I can. So this one is going to be on the second floor. It's going to be on the balcony. As soon as you come up to the second floor, you're going to hang a left, and you're going to go down the left side of the balcony. Go all the way down to the very end, and in the back corner, you're going to find your totem. So once again, thank you guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. There should be more. If nobody told you, we love you guys. And remember, stay safe out there in the fog.